Hey everybody, I did it again. This is my video number 8 on this channel, and it's the second time I forgot to hit the record button. But I'm not going to cheat you out of an episode today. I'm just going to do this, and we're just gonna move the building over, and then I'm gonna show you how we reassemble it. In a build like this, I would always start with placing the main piece, which in this case would be the restaurant itself and the path. I do like always doing the pathing system with a grid, just to make sure that it's straight and it fits with all grid pieces. So here we just take the restaurant table and move with the restaurant itself. We have these brick pieces from the base game, and we just gotta place them on anything that have a flat surface. So on the side of the restaurant and on the side of the toilets and in between. Then we have these beautiful pieces that are placed all around. Not because I wanted these archways all around for people to go through. They are beautiful as archways, but I also really like them as a kind of windows as we use them as today. Yeah, here you can see I added glass pieces alongside these archways I used around the restaurants, and they're a place where you normally would place a wall around this, but we're not gonna stop there. As you can see here, we make this kind of double wall, and mainly we're just gonna use that for placement of light later on. But I kind of like the rustic feel of it, like you have this brick wall and this archway in front of the brick wall. These pieces I placed only on the side over the water, because a building like this would need some kind of pillar to keep it up. And I chose these ones because they are the only ones in metal that seems as they would be big enough, strong enough to hold this building. Yeah, I just move all of this wall piece at once, and all of the lights as well. All of these lights, they are not from the main game. They are from the Euro pack, or the European pack, and they're called European Candle Holder 02, and it's the one that don't have a heart on it. So here in the middle we add this 1 meter wall, and it's partly to kind of stop the archway for going all the way down, but also so we have this extra space to put all of the candles on. The entire restaurant will be lit by these living candles, or what we're gonna call them, both from the top here and from the bottom and from the tables, so it would give it a more living light in the evening. And especially after we started offering our guests to sleep in the zoo, it really is a nice touch to have these beautiful lit candlelight dinners over the water. And yeah, and you still can see the animals roaming around, because the lemurs don't stop because the sun goes down. Here we just add the same candle to all of the tables, which is extremely easy when you have I think it's position snap on, so it automatically hit the middle of the table. Then we're gonna use these wall pieces. It's still the same brick wall, it's just different shapes. I think it's a meter longer one way than the other, so you can use the same piece all around, so you have to use 2 sizes. And now I want to show you how I made this beautiful art piece in the middle here. And I'm really proud of it. Of course I used a mod and I think it's the only mod we're gonna use today. But first of all, I used this bridge piece, and all of the pieces we're gonna use for this particular centerpiece are from the Planet Zoo European Midnight Pack. And that is from SibCDC. And it will be linked below. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. But we start with this bridge piece, I think he called it. Which is this kind of round-ish shape. And we start by trying to place it up here. So instead I just took it here, and this centerpiece is, if you want to know what it's called, it's from the same pack, but it's called Stained Gothic Window 04. And here you can see I just placed these, and then I just rotated around around the centerpiece, but we're gonna keep the mud pillar in the middle here. Yeah, I just wanted to add the wall I didn't delete at first. I just placed all the wall here, but then you can see I remember I already placed it, so I remove this, and then I just make this space in the middle. Then I use the mud pillar in the middle. You see here, I just remove so there only one back, and then I move it all. This will help me center the piece in the middle. And when I have placed it in the middle here, then I pick it all again, but not the mud pillar this time. So I try to here align it sideways, so I got a straight line forward. And then just tip it up and try to make it fit here. And because of the mud pillar, we got it pretty much centered already. We can fix it a little tiny bit, but it's pretty good. Then I just used actually just different sizes of the brick wall to just try and make it fit. Just filling in the space between. And this is not something that's hard to do at all. Pretty sure the hardest thing here would be to make the glass piece, but thanks to SibCDC, he already gave us this piece. Of course, if you never tried to use a mod, then I have linked Leaf Productions tutorial below on how to do it, and it is the best and most thorough tutorial on modding I have found in a way. So here we use these pieces from the same pack, and it also called a bridge piece. I have a kind of weird thing about he calls all of these bridge pieces, because I kind of feel like that limits the creativity about what to use them for, because you would only search for them if you were doing a bridge. But they can really do such more. I'm sure they can be beautiful as a bridge, but I haven't used them at a bridge at this point. Then we use this fence, roof, which is the General Zoo wooden roof, 1 meter, and that is from the aquatic pack. It's not a mod, it's just from a pack, and then I just recolored it. Hey everyone, I'm so sorry, I just lied to you. I'm just editing this now and noticed that this roof is from a mod. It's from the General Zoo Scenery Pack by Jojo. Again, I will link it below. I'm so sorry, I'm just lied to you. You see here down in the menu, it's brown normally. So if you feel like it seems a bit off, then that's probably why. So here we just move it over. It took longer time the first time, of course. But then after placing the roof, and that's because I chose kind of a weird shape of a roof, we end up with these problems. And it also makes it harder for us to make the restaurant shape in the middle fit to the roof. So here, I know some people always add the roof at the end, but here I use the roof to help me how to place this piece in here. But basically we just built up a wall behind yeah, here I can cheat, but of course the first time that I built it I had to place them right. And you can see I place it behind the candles here. I did have an issue in the beginning. You can see here when I placed this piece, if you look at the top, it doesn't fit. And that was really a thing I tried to make fit in the beginning, but then I thought, wouldn't that be nice to kind of have a natural airflow up there in this heat? I don't know if it's something any architect will do, but the more I stared at it, the more sense it made, and probably it can be just because my brain wanted it to make sense. But I think a lot of buildings in this kind of terrain, you would need some kind of airflow. Here you can see I just want to sharpen up the edges of the build in here. So I do use this, and this is the most particular thing I had in this build where I really needed it to be sharp, because it would really irritate me if I at a later stage notice it doesn't fit perfectly here. So we're just gonna add it on all four corners, and it will kind of mask the extra wall around and just made it all look that much more neat. But I kind of think we're here. I really love this build. We're just gonna remove this out here. And then we will go into the green stuff. Here you can see I start the time again. And then I always, when I make, yeah, and you can see over here it works. I had a big issue with the lemur habitat where everyone wanted to go in and out the same way. But by placing the restaurant on this side, then I can draw customers around here and continue on to the asses we have on the other side. And I can see I had a problem where no one wanted to visit my asses. Such a weird sentence to say. But no one actually wanted to visit them, and since I placed this building, I can see a bigger flow through that building. It will help when we add more up here, and I have planned something big to come soon on this side. I don't know if it's the next build, but it will be one of the next builds. So I still have issues in the lemur habitat when we have our educational speaker, because every single visitor, every single guest in the zoo wants to visit and see that particular educational speak, and that's kind of an issue where everyone's just flock over there. for the rest of the year, it works with this build here. And it's a bonus that we earn good money on restaurants. I don't think I use any mods or anything like that with the green part here. I just use my normal routine. I chose Africa and then I chose 3s because 3s are the biggest plant we're gonna use. So we're gonna place the biggest thing first. You can see I started with the rocks, and over here where I want the water, I placed that first, then rock, then trees, then bushes, then plants, and lastly we're gonna go for the flowers just to beautify it. But I wanted here to somehow build it in a way where I combine these two not two habitats, but the just green area on one side and the asses on the other side. And on this side I wanted to just give shade on the building. When I make a build, it's not always made for be viewed. It also needs to be functional. So I have decided to pointing to the lemurs, where you have this beautiful glass piece and you have this beautiful restaurant with all of the lights, but we also have the trees on this side where this sun comes from the most, and that I think is something an architect would think about, where the suns come from, because if the sun just stands in all day, then it would be goddamn hot. So here you can see I just camouflage the fence over here, but I think it would be important to make sure, as we made this building in stone, because the stone can keep some of the heat out, and with these big archways openings to all sizes to get so much air through the building as possible, but still we all need to add more. I don't think it would make sense to make a real ventilation system here. Maybe in the restaurant build in the middle, because I think you have the kitchen would be really hot and something like that. But the more we can get the nature just to cool our guests down, the better it is. I don't think this game works like that, and you can have a nice breeze when you're sitting in the shadow. But I just like, yeah, honestly, I'm really glad about this project. It was fast and it was easy, but it just worked the way it should, and that's really a nice feeling. And here again, you can clearly see I don't have a plan, but I just want to add a tiny bit of everything. And kind of keep up with the theme of all of my other green places in the zoo. But now I just kind of feel like it's about time I show you this build. I really want to show you up here from the first restaurant area in the main building. You can actually spot it from down here, and then you can. I know you can't go this way, but I just, wow. See, that's a wow piece. then you can clearly see the restaurant in all its glory. But honestly, I just really wanted to end the tour here by the arses. And as you can see here, I really was forced to go back and relight a lot of the builds. Also the main building, the gift shop, everything have been relighted. And just this view from the top of the arses house. Only thing I'm sad about is I would like to be able to put some light up inside the stained glass so you could see that purple light. But anyway, I really hope to see you again, either in the comments or in the next video. Bye!